This is Lilitu by Eric Gozer, Chapter 3, Part 1. Again, Lilitu is available on Amazon.com for Kindle, Kindle app, or Kindle for the PC. Click on the link in the description below the video. It'll take you right to the Amazon.com website. You can read the first 4 chapters free online or just download them for free onto your Kindle. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything. Check them out, read them. If you like them, buy the book. Chapter 3, Part 1. 5 years later. "Get in here. The water's perfect," the woman in the red bikini yelled. "Be right there," Mike yelled from inside. Mike emerged from his house into the bright Arizona sunshine. The sky was a luminous blue. A light breeze swept in from the west, gently swaying the palm trees that surrounded the pool. A toy boat bobbed in the crystal-clear water, the sunlight reflecting in the ripples. The air was dry and smelled of the eucalyptus trees that lined the white stone wall surrounding the yard. "You want one of these?" Mike held out a freshly made pina colada with a slice of pineapple adorning the rim of the frosted glass. "You tease." "Of course I do," the woman said. "Then you have to make one yourself," Mike said. "Oh, I think I can convince you to make one for me." The woman in red stepped out of the pool. Her wet bikini clung tightly to her tan body. The water had made the top virtually transparent. She walked over to him and kissed him on the mouth. Then she grabbed the glass from his hand and wiggled her way back to the pool. "See? I knew you'd make one for me." "That's not fair," Mike protested. "You know that I'm helpless to your charms." "Well, maybe if you're good, you'll get a reward when you come in here," she said with a smirk. "Is the little one asleep?" "Yeah, I put her down for a nap. She was exhausted from this morning," Mike said. "Then get in here, and maybe I'll share this with you." Mike took off his t-shirt and stripped down to his bathing trunks. He charged full force and cannonballed into the pool. "Hey, you're going to ruin the drink." "Sorry," he said, laughing. He swam over to her, placed his arm around her waist, and pulled her into him. He placed his hand on her butt. "You have the best butt, you know that?" She smiled. "Oh, I know. That's how I got you. I can tell an ass man from a mile away." She kissed him deeply. "What else would you like to do while you're in here, Mr. Stevens?" Her hand reached down the front of his bathing suit. "Oh, I don't know, Samantha. I was thinking we'd go for a swim." "Is that all?" she said with a smirk. "Well, maybe I can think of something else." "Oh, yeah?" she said. He kissed her again. A little voice called from inside the house. "Daddy?" "Damn," Mike thought. "Yes, baby," he called back. A pretty little girl with raven black hair emerged from inside the house. She held her hands in front of her face, shielding her eyes from the sunlight. "I can't sleep," she said with a tired voice. Mike stepped out of the pool and quickly dried himself with a towel. He picked up the girl and gave her a big kiss on her cheek. "Why can't you sleep, Linda?" he asked, trying to hide his disappointment. "I had a bad dream," she said, rubbing her eyes. "A bad dream?" he asked. "Yes," she said with a whimper. "Well, what did we say about dreams, sweetie?" he asked her. "They aren't real?" she said. "That's right, sweetie. They aren't real. Dreams can't hurt you," he said in his most reassuring voice. Samantha stepped out of the pool and dried herself off. She walked over to Mike and took Linda from his arms. "Little woman will handle this," she said. "You know what always makes me feel better when I have bad dreams?" she asked. The little girl shook her head. "Ice cream," Samantha said with a giddy voice. "Would you like some ice cream?" she asked. The little girl nodded. A smile broke through the sad face. Samantha took Linda inside the house. Mike stood there for a moment and thought of the last time ice cream was enough to take the edge off one of his bad dreams. He had a lot of them, but when you get older, ice cream usually gets replaced by something else, like a reckless drive in a red Corvette or a stiff drink of mellow scotch. It's so much easier being a kid, he thought. Mike grabbed the towels and walked over to the table. He checked his cell phone. It was 4:40 p.m. Tomorrow was Linda's birthday. He had planned on getting to the mall before dinner time to buy her the gift she was asking for. Something about a pony, and then there were those dolls with the oversized heads. One day it'll be clothes and makeup, he thought. And boys. The thought made him shudder. Better forget it. That's a long way away. She can date at 30. He grabbed his cell phone and was about to walk inside. Oh, God. A terrible thought struck him. Mike walked inside the house, passing by the kitchen. Little Linda was sitting at the kitchen table with Samantha. Both were eating out of a large bowl. Samantha had made her a banana split. Linda didn't even look up as Mike walked by. The ice cream took all her concentration. Where are you going, baby? Samantha asked. I need to check a few things for Monday, he said. It was a lie. Oh, yeah, and then I need to run those errands, he said, winking at Samantha. What errands? She asked. Mike nodded toward Linda, who had chocolate syrup all around her mouth and on her nose. Samantha smiled. I took care of those errands yesterday, she said. You did? He said, surprised and relieved. Yes, she said. Us girls talk. I knew what to get. You're the best, Sam. Thank you, he said. No problem. Go take care of the things for work. Mike walked across the family room and into his office. The office was all dark brown leather and wood and smelled of cigar smoke. He slid the door closed, then walked over to his desk and sat in the large executive chair. He took out a Cohiba torpedo from his humidor and clipped the end with a titanium cigar cutter. He lit the end with a large silver desk lighter, and then took a long, satisfying puff, watching the smoke dance in the air. There was always something intensely mesmerizing about cigar smoke. Mike reached into the bottom drawer of his desk, the one usually meant for files, and took out a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label. He poured a large helping into a crystal highball. Mike sipped the scotch, focusing on the smoky taste from the burning peat in the charred oak barrel. This is how he got over bad dreams. Mike sat silently for a minute, trying not to think of anything. Then he opened the cabinet behind him and took out a large decoupage box. Inside was a nickel-plated Beretta 9mm with a gun lock and a number of files, discs, and flash drives, and a stack of photos. He took out the stack and looked through the photos. They were of Linda. Tomorrow was the day she died. He'd always remember that first. It was the same day as little Linda's birthday. He always felt so guilty on that day. He wanted to feel happy for his little girl, to think only of her on that day, and how lucky he was to have her, how fast she was growing up, and how smart and precocious she was. But he would always think of his wife first, how much little Linda looked like her, how they were so happy together, how in one instant he lost everything. That's the end of part 1 of chapter 3. The video for part 2 of chapter 3 it will be on within the next day. You can check that out as well. And then the video for chapter 4 will also be on. Again, like I said before, please click on the link at the bottom of the video in the description. Check out the book online. Read the first 4 chapters for free. And if you like them, if you like what you listen to here, buy the book. Thanks so much.